Hornets Live, the postgame show, is brought to you by Carolina Ford Dealers. LaMelo Ball waving goodbye to the Minnesota Timberwolves on an Easter Sunday evening. How about your Hornets? Hotter than a tailpipe. They keep on keeping on the road. They have now won 14 of their last 16 road games. There's no stopping them. With my partner, Del Curry, I am Eric Collins. And Del, the Hornets played well in the first quarter. Then they gave it up in the second quarter. The game changed in the third quarter when the Hornets turned it on and never looked back.
Yeah, you really did. Talk about the adjustments that Charles Lee and his staff make at halftime. They got to be quick, they got to be precise, but they got to be something that really can affect and change the outcome of the game. And then the players have to buy in and put it on the floor, and all that came to fruition tonight, especially in that third quarter. You had your best offensive and best defensive quarter in the third after being down by 5 at half. It started Con Knipple right there, turning it down, running to the paint off the wrong leg, protecting the ball, scoring it. And then LaMelo, look, grab his uniform, doesn't matter. He's going to blow right by you. He puts it high off the window with a left hand. Turnover, throw it ahead. There goes Miles Bridges sneaking around the defender with a left hand. Bench calls a timeout, but it didn't stop anything the Hornets was doing. Miles Bridges saves a half-court pass. LaMelo knocks down a dagger three. The Hornets off and running, and that third quarter sealed the game.
Take a look at our keys to the game brought to you by Ford. The Hornets in the first half, pretty good. 55 points, 12 assists. Second half, they'll totally change, though. They pour 67 while allowing only 48 for Minnesota.
I had a coach once tell me the halftime score is the most unimportant score in the game, and this is why, because you got to play two halves. Hornets put 65 on the board, 57%, knocked down 12 of their 19 threes, and continue to move that ball around. But the bench, Grant Williams, Kobe White, Hawk Brenner, all those guys played really good for the third straight game now.
It has been so much fun watching Kobe White. Came over the trade deadline from Chicago. Jeff Peterson had his eye on him. The coaching staff for weeks have been saying, we need a guy who could finish off quarters and halves and take big shots for us. He's been exactly that guy ever since he got here.
Easy fit into what the Hornets were doing before he got here. He paid attention and can score it on his own, but very unselfish guy, can give that ball up. I think an underrated shooter, not a knockdown shooter, but when he gets in rhythm and gets a good look, he can put it in the hole. This is when he's at his best. Driving, putting pressure on the rim with his ability to use that big body for a point guard. And the ball handling ability gets scored on all three levels. What a joy it is to watch him play every single night.
That's your FanDuel Play Your Game. These are some other things that hit. If you knew that LaMelo, who averages 19 points per game, was going to get to 35, well, that paid off well. If you knew that LaMelo Ball was going to get 7 3-pointers, well, I'd say, didn't we all?
Yeah.
That's what he normally does.
Right. And then Bridges, 4 or more made threes. Telling you what, you did all that. It's going to be a good night.
It was a good night for Miles Bridges, Del. You mentioned he had 4 3-pointers?
Yeah.
He only took 4.
Oh, my.
He was absolutely perfect. Mr. Perfectly Fine, Miles Bridges, puffing out that chest. Big-time win for your Hornets. Charles Lee's next. The visitors from the Queen City dominate in Princetown. The Hornets take down the Minnesota Timberwolves here in Minneapolis. 122-108 is your final score. The happy head coach Charles Lee is standing by with Shannon.
Thank you so much, Eric. Okay, so for people at home watching, if they walked away from their TV between the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth, they came back and they said, what just happened? What happened?
Our defense. We stepped up our defense. I thought the focus, the attention to detail, coverage execution was really good. And then, credit Miles because I thought he did a really good job on Randall throughout the night. But then also credit him and Melo. I thought that they really helped us sustain our pace and the ball movement and the pass aheads, pass across, getting up multiple actions really went up a whole nother notch at the end of that third quarter.
I asked LaMelo Ball a similar question. You guys are up, you stay calm. You're down, you stay calm. You're up big, you stay calm. What does that take?
Yeah, it just takes a sense of confidence in one another. We understand that we have the tools. Like, you can see it during the game. To start the game with a 21-point first quarter, like, you know you can do it. But then all of a sudden in the second quarter, I think we gave up 36 or 39 points. And it's like, where are our habits that we just had in the first quarter? And it just takes a minute to, I think, reset, refocus, and remember what helped you build those leads.
So much talk about how difficult this final stretch is going to be for you guys. When you come out and set the tone like you did tonight, how much will you have to lean on that humble confidence in the next three?
A ton, but I think that the team is making a ton of growth, and one of the areas tonight playing this team, you got to be able to play through physicality, and I thought we did it on both ends of the floor. We handled it like a really mature group, and I think that we used a little bit of motivation from that Swarm victory to keep us pushing forward. So congrats, Swarm. Keep it going. Finals.
Field trip Wednesday to go watch them play?
Hey, if we can make it happen, I would love that.
All right, yes, congratulations to the Greensboro Swarm for sure. Back to you, Eric.
Great stuff. Great stuff, Shannon. All right, let's break down what we saw from LaMelo Ball, Del.
LaMelo was swarming all over the floor in both halves, 17 in the first half, 18 in the second. But the biggest part of his game in that second half was that he only had one turnover and drew a gravity of defenders on the offensive end, moved that ball around when he had it, and then moved his body around when he did not. Shot over the cannon right there. Bones Highland can't even slow him down by grabbing his jersey to get the and one right here. Prettiest play in the game. Miles Bridges saves it. LaMelo lines the seams up, knocks that one down, and tells Adam Thielen, yeah, you saw that in Charlotte. Now you're seeing it here in Minnesota.
This is our winners, brought to you by North Carolina Education Lottery. 3 guys in the building, Del, all with 250 made threes in their and a season for the Hornets. You got Khan, you got Kemba, and today LaMelo joins that list.
Yeah, Kemba sandwiched in between 2 guys that he's coaching up and telling them, this is how I did it, fellas. I want you to do it just as good or even better than I have. And boy, are they on a roll this year, putting the ball in the hole for 3.
Con Knippel finishes with 11 hard-earned points. He goes 4 for 14 shooting, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Final thoughts when we come back. Hornets win the first game of this road trip. They take down Minnesota. Now it's off to Boston. That game will be on Tuesday. Next time we'll have a telecast on FanDuel Sports Network. It's going to be Friday when Jalen Duren and the Detroit Pistons come to Uptown.
Cut up like coleslaw is that first time All-Star Duren. Man, what a mess it was last time they were in Spectrum Center. We'll see who the Pistons put on the floor, but regardless of who that is, the Hornets going to continue to play the right way. That's the only way they know how to play.
Hornets now with 43 wins. They're 43-36. They're 7 games over 500 for the first time in a long time. Wow, it's been fun to watch. 122-108 the final score. The Hornets take down the Timberwolves. For Del Curry, for Shannon Spake, I'm Eric Collins. Say good night, everybody.